Bill O'Reilly went on News Nation with this poor schmuck that Crystal buried in a debate on Israel. And he's gonna go Insky here. He's gonna go after Biden, but also at the end he throws a quick shot at Trump. So this is interesting. Let's dive in.
I think anybody has to tell Donald Trump to be outraged, right? After court, he's been outraged every day. What's interesting to me, and we played this in the previous segment, is that he was disciplined, right? He didn't go after Michael Cohen. He obeyed by the gag order.
Yeah, but he's bringing in other Republicans to violate the gag order for him. He's brought in a number of Republican senators and Mike Johnson, the Republican Speaker of the House, and they're shitting on the judge for him.
That said, it's one thing to discipline Donald Trump for a couple of days, and we've seen that happen in the past when, for one reason or another...
They talk about him like he's a literal toddler. You discipline him, act good, you better be on your best behavior.
He's impossible to control for 6 months. We've seen that. Every story, oh, this is the new disciplined Trump. It blows up in 3 or 4 days. To your point, if he's running 5-6 points ahead right now and going into the summer and he decides he's just going to start freelancing, undisciplined Trump out on the stump, forget the stand, that's what Joe Biden wants, right?
No, it won't matter. It won't matter. No matter what Donald Trump says in a political setting, and if you listen to his diatribe on Saturday night, I mean, it was beyond the pale. It doesn't matter. Because people are numb to it, Leland. They're numb to it.
That's actually kind of true about Trump, right? There's so much bullshit so often, so many court cases, so many unhinged rants, so many insane rallies, so many insane comments. People do sort of feel numb to it. That's actually, I didn't think about that, but that's true.
He's entertaining to the people who like him. I mean, it's like The Apprentice 8. He's up there just blasting people. But the real advantage Donald Trump has is that the Biden presidency is blowing up before our eyes.
So that's true, but wait until you hear his reason why it's blowing up. He gets it exactly wrong.
But on Sunday with Blinken going out and basically saying, we're not going to support Israel. When in October, Blinken said 180 degrees opposite. I'm going to give a little plug. I'm going to have Leland on my program, the No Spin News,
Nobody cares.
Tomorrow.
Nobody
and the
cares.
reason I want it,
Nobody cares.
Gaza, Israel, the whole thing. And I don't think that most Americans understand what is happening over there. But Leland does, and I will pull it out of him tomorrow. And when I saw Blinken do that yesterday, I went, my head snapped back. Because, again, Biden's playing to his far, far left.
Oh, my God.
The polls say the majority of people stand with Israel.
Oh, my God. They only support Israel when you frame it as, are you on Team Israel or Team Hamas? When you frame it as Team Israel or Team Palestinians, very, very different number. By the way, the overwhelming majority of people want a ceasefire. A plurality of Americans say Israel's committing a genocide. This is so biased. Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, Leland, the basic person at home is going, Biden stands for nothing.
So he's saying Biden's campaign is imploding because they're too tough on Israel. What a fucking idiot Bill O'Reilly is. There was one article that came out that said, the U.S. is cutting off 2 very specific kinds of offensive weapons to Israel. We're cracking down on them. They better stop doing war crimes. What they don't tell you is there's like 48 different kinds of weapons we are still sending them. What they don't tell you is this is just PR finger wagging to try to calm the base down because the base is absolutely furious over this, when in reality the material support has not stopped, bro. Biden just announced another $1 billion in weapons to Israel the same week that we got a report from our own government saying, yeah, Israel is kind of committing war crimes and doing it with our weapons, but what are we going to do? We're going to keep giving them money and weapons. He could not be more wrong. He's saying Biden is abandoning Israel. He's not. And he's also saying abandoning Israel would be unpopular. It wouldn't. Believe me. Even from just a centrist and even a conservative perspective, you could say, Why are we giving so much money to other countries? This is what they do say. The paleo-conservatives, stop giving money to Israel, stop giving money to Ukraine, stop giving money to Taiwan. We have our own problems here that we got to worry about. And you're doing emergency sessions to rush money to other countries as our infrastructure's falling apart, right? It's a little bit of a bullshit argument coming from the paleo-cons because they don't support spending here at home anyway. But my point is, the default perspective in America is stop fucking giving them money, and he's acting like that's not the case. And he's acting like Biden did stop giving them money and weapons when he didn't. It's wrong on so many levels. It's wrong on top of wrong within wrong.
He's got no principles. He's a disaster technically with inflation and the border and everything else. I mean, just get into the fentanyl. Do this tomorrow night.
All right.
Fentanyl importation in 2 years. Fentanyl importation in 2 years up 900%. 900% across that open border. That one fact alone should disqualify Joe Biden from any second term.
How do people like this say things so confidently, but so wrong? He just said it's an open border. Joe Biden has copied so many of Trump's hardline positions on the border. How the fuck can you say it's an open border? That is just verifiably not true. And by the way, if you're so concerned about having tough on the border laws, the Democrats tried to pass basically a Republican border law, and the Republicans said no. We want it to be even worse. So we got nothing instead. So the Democrats tried to be even more conservative on the border. And the Republicans were like, no, we want to kill that. And Trump came out and said it. We want to kill that because I think if Biden does that law, then that'll help him and hurt me in the election. Because then they'll think he's tough on the border. So kill it. Unbelievable.
So that's what Trump has. A melting down president. And he should exploit that and stay out of crazy land. Yeah. But as you point out, that's easier said than done for Donald Trump.
He said he should exploit that and stay out of crazy land. In other words, look, I'll sum up what he's saying. Trump, if you just shut the fuck up, you'll win this election. That's kind of true. That's kind of true. I mean, other than the fact that the court case is sort of out of his control. And if he loses that, then he could still lose the election, even if he does shut the fuck up. But yeah, his rallies are not helping. His long diatribes outside of the courtroom are not helping. Anytime he opens his mouth, it's not helping. The only thing that's helping him is that people now hate Joe Biden with a burning passion. But the reason they hate Joe Biden is the exact opposite of what Bill O'Reilly's saying. The reason they hate Joe Biden is because he's sending so much money and so many weapons to Israel. Not because he stopped doing that, which he didn't do. So, God, man. I'm going to be in an early grave the more I keep watching clips like this, bro. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.